Hello and welcome to Five on the Farm. Today we're talking about field fencing. We've put up a field fence before, but we didn't find quite enough information to really do it well, so we thought we'd share what we've learned with you. Lee, how do you go about putting up a field fence?
Well, the biggest important thing with the field fence is making sure it's stretched well enough. That's really what holds the fence up. It keeps animals from being able to find slack in it. And goats, if they find any sort of slack with a fence, they will work on it until they get over it or under it or whatever. And so you really have to have them tight. So you go from something very stationary. In this case, we've got a 6x6 post that I have concreted into the ground, poured concrete around. I preset that and made sure it was exactly vertical. I nail the, normally what you don't see here is what we did first is I ran a straight line from that post to the other end. And we used that to line up all of our T-posts and then pound them in. And you just use a regular post pounder for that. Flips over like this. And then you just pound it down until you get the desired height. Normally you pound it in until you get this flat section right below the ground. This one's got to go in a little bit more. I'm going to do that in a few minutes. The fence as well, what I did was make sure these two posts, which we got free on Craigslist too, were perfectly vertical and 7 feet apart. Then I made the the gate. I made the gate just 1 inch less wide, so it's 83 inches and the opening's 84. You have to make sure that it's like that so that it'll swing correctly. Then I took a piece of fencing 83 inches wide, attached a 1x6 at the top and a 2x4 at the bottom. That's just extra scrap we had lying around. And then I put verticals in it and then a couple of diagonals. Used air staple gun for that, actually, that we just gotten. So all this is recycled. The hinges are new, got those from Ag Supply, and so I just put it up here, put a couple of bricks underneath to keep it up while I leveled it out and then screwed it together.
Okay, come show them how the come along works. Okay.
What we have to do is we have to stretch. Whenever you're planting your fence, you have to make sure to have something at all sections to be able to stretch to. In this case, we're using this post to stretch to. And so what you do is I put a piece of wood through my fence and just in and out, and then I stretch to that piece. And all the come along does is work on as a pulley and just pull it until that fence is as straight and tight as you can get. That's a really good fence. And then what we'll do is we'll nail this in and then put T-clips in all the others. Let me get a T-clip and show you. You get these with your T-post, and they just work like this. Here, I'll show you over here on this one. You clip one side in like this, and then this side comes around, and you pop it on here. And at this point, normally you're doing this from the other side of the fence, but then you pull this up and around and you close this. You'll see it, one here that I've already done.
And about how much did this cost? This is, what do you think, maybe a half an acre, a third of an acre?
Yeah, probably half an acre or so. It probably cost this amount of fencing that we're going to use, and the T-posts. It's probably about say $200 worth of fencing material.
Okay, and that's not including the reused material.
Right. Yeah, it's not including reused materials because although. In one part, it really most of these T-posts are reused as well. Though we did get those off of Craigslist for like $3 a piece, which is an excellent price.
Okay, well, thank you very much. How long did this take?
How long? You have to you have to drop in, do the post hole digging for your corner post, which will take a couple of hours to do, and then the concrete has to set and cure for a couple of days, and then the fence itself is going to take us a couple of us about probably 5 or 6 hours to do, I'd say.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.